another video, and today I'm going to be explaining to you the whole idea of the big squeeze and what we're seeing in today's economy. So right here we have a few videos as well as the post that I put not too long ago. So we did another video earlier. It's on the YouTube. I'll finish the description later. Right now we're doing big squeeze, and then we'll look up the definitions of cruel and unusual. But still, in regards to the economy, what I mean by big squeeze is, well, the K-shaped economy, right? It's the burn that people are feeling, not even just from the economy, too, from the government, simultaneously. It's kind of interesting when we see what's going on with the government shutdown, things that we've already talked about on the channel, and go over and all these other issues. Not about quantum gravity, but breaking down SNAP benefits group, seeing its possible consequences relative to the market, the food industry, and the individual, like literally an eighth of the entire population of the United States. And not even just that, the Affordable Care Act as well, which I'm sure more people participate with. All right. So we're seeing a squeeze financially in regards to government programs that, you can argue that whether if people relied on them, or you can argue that people needed them. When we look at what average people's pay is, I can tell you from my personal experience, nothing's changed within 10 years. Like, when it comes to minimum wage, because personally, I'm back at the same job I was at 10 years ago, getting paid literally exactly the same. So, not even for the skills that I remember, not even for any, could I try to negotiate? Sure. But then maybe I wouldn't even have a job because it's such a low bar. So, hopefully they appreciate the work that I do regardless. And I do. It's nice to work where I'm at right now. So, given my current circumstances, situation, doing this and another job and then also this. So, yeah. Anyways, what I mean by big squeeze is obviously the strain financially for each individual, and it's mostly coming from the certain class. And not even just that, but with the development in technology and the exponentiality in each sector of said technology. For instance, LLMs, and how within a decade they've come pretty far. Whether or not they're really intelligent, that's up for debate. It depends on what people that design them allow them to remember, how they access that information. I'm going to link down below the thesis, so this as well, and a couple other things that we're going to just briefly gloss over, just the thumbnails and peruse just some of the stuff, but not to be inflammatory. At the same time, you gotta call things for how they're kind of going, not gonna lie. And at the same time, this is some entertainment, so don't take everything super seriously, for fuck's sake. But anyways, when we go back to the big squeeze, we talk about how also society itself, with the easy access through the internet, the effect on ego, and this is why I also bring in the whole talk about consciousness and the effect on people's emotions, because the more we understand psychology and different aspects of it, then the better we can understand society's reaction to this sort of squeeze, and how potentially, obviously, crime will probably uptick. There's on the news right now, there's news about troops being placed ready just in case of civil arrest between certain areas. I know. I'll see it myself soon. Trust me. I'm sure you might as well. And at least it's good to be aware of what might happen, because we don't know how reactionary these reaction forces are going to be either, especially with the federal government's current track record with DHS and Border Patrol and everything else, what we're already seeing. And then also the rhetoric from the government as well, and the AI videos, and you can go on, but there's a deterioration of not even just individuality, because everyone's joining one side or the other at this point. It's either right versus wrong, who you believe is right and who you believe is wrong. And there's also the fight on privacy, the big squeeze on that, the surveillance state, the issues with Flock, these other things. There's so much going on at the same time. And that's another part when we get into the portion about the ego death or the end of humanity, my kind of take on it per se, and how it might look like. And there could be parts of it that are right, it could be parts of it that are not right. But at the same time, seeing with how the last decade has been and reflecting on, again, the economy, the K-shaped economy that we're experiencing now, we see stocks at all-time highs, but at the same time, behind the scenes, interest rates going down, inflation's going up, unemployment's going up, more layoffs are happening. We don't even know what the data is because we're already about 2 months behind now. August, October. No, just only a month right now because we have August. So it's interesting to see. Maybe the data will come out late too during the shutdown. This shutdown definitely seems like it's going to last longer than 35 days. But this is also part of the squeeze too, because without these programs, people are financially screwed. That 12.5%, and those below the poverty line, and those as well as the middle class, because if it affects the majority of individuals that go shopping, it's going to affect a majority of those businesses. It's going to affect small businesses. And now we also have the decision on tariffs as well. So there's so many different things, and that's why this is the big squeeze. There's so much shit building up. It's squeezing financially, it's squeezing because of the market, it's squeezing because of, the tariffs, right? All these different things. And the worst part is, the allegory as well, or metaphor, would be you can only squeeze a stone for so long until your own hands start to bleed. That is what we're seeing. Because again, this is going to affect people physically, financially, mentally, as well as the healthcare costs, almost doubling, and even tripling. So it's important to recognize what's going on for what it is. And at the same time, this is also a big squeeze because we have a giant AI bubble that makes up a majority of our GDP at this point, or our profits. So with that in mind, and I'm going to say that at least now, AI is not going to be what people think it might be. There will be some rebalancing, reconfiguring. There will be some weirdness, as we've already experienced simply with AI bots online and how they've acted. I'm sure these robots that are going to be like 20K coming out next year, which we're going to see. We're going to see a lot of things, and that opens a whole different door of things to talk about. And with that also being a factor when it comes to the workplace, once these robots get skilled enough to do workplace things, especially heavy industry and stuff like that too. Like the fact that you can put on a VR headset and control a robot now that could be stronger than you, could be bigger than you. That's we're there, folks. We're there. That's the exponentiality as well when it comes to the big squeeze, because the denser everything gets, the tighter it's gonna feel, much more like quickly, much more rapidly. Especially since it's at basically a constant rate. So we have the government squeeze, we have the economic squeeze, we have inflationary squeeze, we have, just mental squeeze as well, people's livelihoods. So we're going to link a couple of videos down below that I already put. Go check them out. Because with what's going on, when we're seeing this year alone, this year's not even over yet. We got another, I don't know how long. We don't know how long until something's going to break. We'll see during this month. This is going to be a big test. This is the big squeeze. So welcome one and all. And that's really it to explain. You don't have to explain too much about what's going on. What's going to burst first, we don't know yet whether it's going to be society, whether it's going to be I don't know, businesses, tech, but there's a lot of potential to go right and some to go really, 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 really bad. But all we can do is hope for the best, look out for each other. You know, remember that we're human, we have our limits, and that we can only do what we can. You know, and just the golden rule, it's more important now than ever to really stay as grounded as you can and take a step back as well, which I'm also going to be taking a step back from even talking about everything else that I mentioned previously. As I mean, there's nothing else to really talk about. It's all going to happen. We're all just going to have to deal with it. So hopefully you just keep in mind what's going to happen next. Understand that if you feel pressured, I mean, it's okay. We're all feeling it in some way, shape, or form, and it's going to get harder. Whether or not things will change for the better sooner than later, time will tell. But until next time, this is Spark saying peace. That's all I really got to say. And then on to the next one. Oh, hey, what's good? Shit, did I actually catch you this time? Oh, well, you'll see it in the video. Oh, I can't tell. I don't have my monitor set up. So, and this is gonna be left in the video. A little extra. Okay. Okay, bye.